Hey guys, Tractor Man here today. Today we're gonna be tearing apart this rear end. Sorry about that. I'm using my phone today. This rear end, I already pulled the pulley off, sitting right here. This came right out. That's what we're fixing today. See if you can see here. There's a tiny little indent around the whole thing. It's pretty bad. There's a little clip that rides on there, and it has fallen off. When I got the rear end, it was already out. So we gotta build that, fix it so we can put it on there. We'll get a motor running. Probably gonna be that one down there. But all you're gonna do for the rear end on the wheel horse, this is a workhorse, 1985 workhorse LT 1800, I think. I'm not exactly sure. But you're gonna pull these bolts all around. They are 9/16. You put them back at about 20 foot-pounds. I can do that by my hands. I can feel about how much 20 foot-pounds is. So we'll be back after I pop all these bolts out. Okay, so we're back. It probably took about 10 minutes to pull every bolt. As you can see, it just started pissing out this hole here. And this hole here. Because those holes actually go all the way into the transfer case. I do suggest if you don't know what you're doing, because these transmissions have a lot of moving parts inside. The reason they're so big. There is, I think, 2, maybe 3 shafts. There's spacers, and if they don't go back right, it will not shift. It will not move. You could break something. Don't know what you're doing, stop. Take somebody who does. I know what I'm doing. I've done many of these wheel horse rear ends. They have this problem a lot. And the only way to take care of it is to pull it apart. But it's very finicky inside. You don't know what you're doing, you might as well stop. Don't do anymore. I should have probably said this earlier, but I can't emphasize this enough. Do not pull this apart if you do not absolutely know what you're doing. Everything must go back exactly how it went in, or how it was in. Goes in wrong, won't work. Simple. So, the best method for popping these girls apart is come over here and get yourself wet blade. You get a hammer. Already got one. Might not need it for this one because I've had this one apart years ago. Sorry, the guy said he had it apart years ago. It wasn't me. This is so similar to the one I had apart, except for one I had apart did not have the high-low. This is the high-low version. It might be a little different inside. I'm not sure. I've never dealt with the high-low versions. I've always done with the 4 speeds. But take a hammer. This is cast iron, so you're not really going to hurt it. You just kind of go around the side. You probably should pull the dipstick out, which this should come out pretty good, which it is. You probably should drain the fluids already, but I kind of did that all over my floor, not thinking about it. But yeah, pull your dipstick so you don't break it. You can pull your shifting levers if you want to. One bolt here, 7/16. Right there, 7/16. But to pop this apart should be just a hammer. Kind of hard to do, but don't be afraid. The likeliness is very low that you're gonna break it, and if you break it, you better be fucking He-Man or something. As you can see, if you guys can see that very well, but it is starting to come apart. So once it comes apart a little bit, better be ready for stuff to start falling out. So once I get this cracked apart, we'll be back. Okay, we got it apart. This is what the inside of your wheel horse rear end looks like. You got this here gear, rides on here. Somebody else might know more about these than I do, but correct me if I'm wrong. First gear. Second, back in there is third. This gear here, if you guys can see that, is fourth. Sorry, no. Ready? First, second, third, low, high range, and then main. And then that there rides on this big gear, spinning this. This here is your diff. It's your differential. It differentiates which wheel gets power, if you already know what a differential is. But, if you don't know what a differential is, you shouldn't have took your fucking thing apart. Actually, it is not that bad of a design. The, standard 4-speed ones are actually a lot more complicated on the inside. This 4-speed with high-low is actually a little simpler. Let me pull out the trees and be back. Okay, guys, this is what it looks like after you got the trees out. I got looking into this one. I don't want to pull this tree because this is going to be a bitch because of the high-low. But, the high-low still works. Kind of hard to shift because, well, it's not spinning. But we got idler out, our high-low tree, and then our main. And then down there, we have our diff. So, while I was pulling this out, unfortunately what I came across is this. If you guys can see that, part of this needle bearing race is gone. Well, I pulled this apart, needle bearing started falling down. I did manage to collect all the needle bearings, but the rest of this casting, or this little piece that keeps the needle bearings in, I don't know what to really call it right now. My brain's kind of shot. It's a little early in the morning for me. But that's gone. I'm going to have to order a whole new needle bearing set for that, if I can find it, is the problem. This is 2016, and this fucking rear end is in 1985. Might be older, I'm not exactly sure the exact year. But it's somewhere around the 1980s rear end. It might even be a 70s. But I don't think it's the 70s because it's a high-low version. I don't think the high-low version came out to the 1980s. But it's pretty simple design. It's kind of like my old three-wheeler setup. My old Yamaha Moto 4 or Moto 3, I think. Yeah, Moto 3. But pretty simple design. The Moto 3 was a little bit more complicated because it was a 5-speed. But it's a very, very simple rear end design. It's unfortunately not going to get put back together today due to that. I'm gonna have to see if I can buy one. If not, I'm gonna have to see if I can have a friend make one. He's good with that kind of stuff. But I don't know. All in all, sun's fully up now. My shed is a disaster again, which I just cleaned. So you can see, got casting down there, got freaking diff down there. But what I also didn't find was the retainer for this side. I could not find that retainer. And then, while I was looking, this retainer actually was gone too. That one was just kind of slapped in there, so I'm hoping to find them in here. So once I get this apart, we'll be back. Because this is going to be a biatch. Well, guys, I got this apart. Simple design. You have two of these gears. They ride... Shit. They ride in here. Like that. Oh, 4, sorry. I'm not used to this kind of design. Take me a while. You have 4 of those riding in there like that. You have 2 of these that ride in the very center of those gears. Well, it's not put together perfect right now. What it really would look like is, if I get it in there. Put this in there, just like this. Put that together. There. Now, this gear would ride simply on the inners, and then this gear would ride simply on the outers. But I only found one clip. I found parts of the other one. It was 8. It came through these gears, probably, and just got 8. If I pull this one, I think this is the one I found the marks on. If you guys can see that or not. So you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, there's very odd marks on the gears. Symbolizes to me, that's where it decided to get rode. or where the clip rode in. So the clip got ate. I'm gonna have to buy another one of these, which I can still get these. It doesn't have to be a wheel horse clip, just has to be a hardened clip. I'm gonna have a hard time getting those probably. And then I have to get the needle bearings for in here. You have bearings that your shaft rides on. I have to get those. And I have to get the ones for that. So probably gonna be around $100 or more, I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna clean all these gears up. I'm not gonna reassemble, I'm just gonna let everything sit for now, since I can't do anything with it. So why reassemble it if I have to just take it back apart? So I guess that's where this video is gonna end. Oh, another thing I was gonna make a romp video here not too long ago, and this happened to me. You guys can see that or not. I don't know if I'm aiming the camera, but there's a hole in my frame now. They used to have a mount that come up off my rear end, just kind of come up and then snake down to the frame where I welded it. Popped the clutch, those meaty tires didn't slip, and actually I did it right up there in that weird bare spot. Yeah, I ripped a hole in my frame. So we're gonna have to strengthen up my frame with probably another lawn tractor. Another lawn tractor frame. Strengthen her up, fix her up, and get her going again. So this has been the Tractor Man. Unfortunately, we didn't get to finish that rear end today. It happens. Kind of shitty situation, but, you know, happens. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. Goodbye. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. Thank you. The Tractor Man.